Welcome back, everyone. It's Ready or Not.
Football edition. I'm Nate the Great.
I'm Chris Stacks, and this is the Week 17 projections and our finals.
Well, I mean, your finals.
I'm in the finals, but it's our league's finals.
Most fantasy leagues finals, if it didn't already end or if they're going to Week 18, which
not
good
to be
luck
me,
to
but
them.
the smart people's finals, and then everybody else next week.
Yeah.
Even with the added on week. Next week, especially, there's going to be a lot of teams that are locked, not going to play. It's going to be very interesting for those that have finals next week.
Oh, yeah.
But we're this week. Let's start off with waivers.
Yeah.
All right. I think the pickup of the week was your brother's, Akers.
Yeah. So, Akers, I think you both went for Akers, right?
Yeah.
I was like, and of course, I saw both of you were the only ones that did any waivers. So I woke up the next morning, I was like, all right, who's left? Let me pick up this person.
Yeah. No. I went for Akers, and I went for Mac. I needed a backup quarterback, and then Jalen Hurts comes out today. We'll get into that in a second. You picked up a couple people afterwards, like you said. You got Drake London, good pickup. Could be a good help this week. I'd make sure he's in your lineup.
Oh, I put him in already.
Wentz, Minshew. I could have used Minshew. And then Will got Gano and the Jags. I did. And then Will got Brian Robinson. So it was pretty much us three that did a lot of waiver wires this week.
You two for the finals, me trying not to end up in the toilet bowl.
Yep, exactly. But I mean, overall, there wasn't a ton. But I think, obviously, I needed a quarterback, so Mac Jones can be a big deal. Did you lose a quarterback?
Lamar Jackson went out today.
Yeah, so you losing a quarterback, so you needed a Minshew or a Wentz.
So I put in Wentz when I got the news. Then I found out Hurts was out, so I switched over to Minshew.
Yeah, and then Mac Jones can be a big deal this week too. So all in all, there was a couple pickups. Could be a game changer for this week. And then looking at injuries, I didn't even write them all down because it's just the longer I went down the list, the deeper it got. I went on to some notable ones though.
Right.
Marquise Goodwin, he's doubtful, but funny enough, it looks like Tyler Lockett's going to play. So we're going to have one and not lose the other. Oh, yes, you're right. So actually, before we get into injuries, good point. Let's do the picks of the week.
Okay. So let's see. First game, we missed Cowboys-Titans game, but I'm pretty sure we're both going Cowboys.
Yeah.
So let's ignore that one. I didn't get a chance to watch the game. I'm not sure if you did.
I saw some of it. I was packing. Some of if you guys saw the video the other day, my flight was one of the Southwest 200,000 flights that were canceled. And then we had the dogs with us, so we couldn't just take any flight. We had to have a flight that had dog space on it. So we ended up flying back this morning. We ended up be up at 2:30 in the morning to be able to get to the airport on time. To be able to take, luckily and unluckily, $4,000 later, first class, made our way back. But thank goodness for an emergency fund, and thank goodness Delta had two seats left
With dog space.
Yeah, literally. But so first game,
we got Cardinals versus Falcons. Cardinals at Falcons.
And Colt McCoy and Kyler Murray are both out. I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
Agreed. Bears Lions. I'm going Lions. I want my Bears. I want the Bears to do well because I have Fields, but I also have Deontay Swift on the.
Okay, David Montgomery. I'm gonna go Detroit, but I'm really on this one.
I'll make that one. Then we got Jags at Texans. Going Jags on this one. Jags have been on a tear.
So the Texans.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the Jags, but the Texans are screwing up their own life. They really are.
We got Broncos at Chiefs. Chiefs. Broncos aren't getting themselves with that one. Dolphins at Pats.
And Tua's out.
Tua is out.
Teddy two gloves. I'm gonna bet on Mac Jones. I'm gonna go with New England.
I'm gonna keep my home team. Go Dolphins. Let's do this. Then we got Colts at Giants.
I don't like it, but I really don't like it. I'm going to go with Nick Foles again this week. He killed me last week. Destroyed me. 7 sacks, 3 interceptions. but I'm gonna see what he can do.
All right, I'm actually gonna go Giants. I'm not a huge fan of this game myself either,
No, it's an ugly game.
but
Dumb and
go
dumber.
Giants. Then we got Saints at Eagles.
Oh, Minshew. I'm gonna go Eagles.
Yep, I agree. Panthers at Buccaneers.
I'm gonna go Bucks.
But
There's
involved there.
rumors that Gronk could come out this week.
Can he even?
Yes.
All right.
And then
Interesting.
there's also rumors that they could both end up on the Raiders next year.
Interesting. All right. Wait, who's Raiders? It's Carr.
Well, no, Carr just got dropped.
Carr got dropped?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Did you? I'm assuming you wrote that down.
He's not on injuries.
Oh, well, I mean, still big news. I did not see that. We'll go into that later. So Browns at Stidham. I don't know who that is.
Neither do I.
All right. So Browns at Commanders.
And Wentz is back at the helm. I'm gonna go Browns.
All right, I'm going Commanders. See if one's gonna do it. He's on my bench, but I still have him on my team right now. So speaking of Raiders, we got 49ers at Raiders. I'm going 49ers.
Yeah, 49ers.
Pretty sure you're going 49ers, yeah.
Yeah.
Jets at Seahawks.
Jets at Seahawks. Just because of the offense, I'm gonna. Wait a minute, who's quarterbacking this week? Before I answer that,
For the Jets?
for the Jets, yeah. Mike White. With Zonovan Knight as the running back. What's the spread?
1.5 Jets.
The road team. Did you put that on at 42.5? So terrible over under. I'm gonna roll with the energized team. I'm going with the Jets.
All right, I'm going Seahawks. Vikings at Packers.
You said Christian Watson might be out.
Might be out. That's not a for sure thing at the moment, I don't think.
It's not prime time. I'm gonna go with Minnesota.
I'm actually going Minnesota as well. And this Packers. What happened?
I'm laughing at the next game.
Oh, Rams at Chargers?
Which Rams?
Who knows?
I feel like this is a trap game.
I'm still leaning Chargers.
I'm gonna pick Chargers, but if Baker Mayfield shows up like last week, can the Chargers keep up?
It's a good question.
Especially if Eckler's out.
We'll see. Steelers at Ravens.
And it's Huntley.
It's Huntley. Did you see that news about Huntley today?
No.
Like, I didn't verify it, so I don't know. But it says something about him being picked as one of the backups for the Pro Bowl, like fourth backup.
Oh, okay.
Not like a backup.
I was like, hold on.
And I'm like, what? And everyone was like, what? I was like, Huntley. But
I'm going to go Pitt because they're trying to get J.J. Watt to come out of retirement to come back and play with T.J. next year.
Interesting.
What's the spread on that?
2 Ravens. It's a 35 over under.
Yeah, it's going to be like 10-10.
I mean, based on their last games, they're both terrible right now.
Yep.
You said Steelers?
And this is the Sunday night game.
You're right. You said Steelers 1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4. Fuck.
I'll bleep that out, folks.
Let's go Steelers. I am not liking that game.
I'm not either. And then
Bills,
Buffalo,
Bengals.
-1, 49.5.
And that's the Monday night game. This is going to be a good game.
Monday night in Cincy.
In Cincy.
Everyone's healthy.
Bengals are, I believe, 11-4.
Way to
Bills
go.
are 12-3.
Way to go, Josh Allen. I mean, Buffalo.
Well, yes. I'm going No, you know what? I'm gonna go Bengals. I have a feeling.
I'm excited for you to slide me $1 after I win a championship.
1, 2, 3, 4. Plus that makes it 5.
All right.
But speaking of the dollars, I owe you the $1 from when I didn't. I owe you, so I'm gonna take that away.
This is not gambling for those that are watching. This is gentlemen's bets.
And then this is over Zoom. Let's get it in person.
It's a great sport, isn't it? Just reach back here. You can't reach. Come on. Oh, there we go. All right. Now can we go to the injuries?
Let's go to the injuries.
So, Tyler Lockett is supposed to play now, even after the finger and all that. Marquise Goodwin, though, is going to be out. Or potentially out. Greg Dulcich is now on the IR for Denver.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like a big pick for this week, and then all of a sudden, just not playing. Jerry Jeudy is questionable.
I know, I had Judy.
Justin Jackson, who was actually a predicted like surprise play for this week, is now questionable with a knee injury. He's for the Lions.
Yeah.
Hurts out. Well, he's doubtful. Lamar Jackson out.
He's out. Yeah.
Tua out. So Derek Carr. Why did I just say David? Derek Carr dropped from the Las Vegas Raiders, and nobody already knew that. Well, no, I wanted to go to the league. I want to see, does anybody have him still? Was it you guys? No, I think it was Belichick himself had Carr. Brock Purdy. I don't know. Who had Carr? Anybody?
I know
Somebody
someone had
had to.
Carr. Just try looking up Carr here.
Oh, Carr's available.
Let's see history. Prue had him, dropped him today.
Oh, okay.
Or
Yeah,
no,
it still
2 days
says he's
ago.
on Las Vegas, but from what I heard, he's not on Las Vegas anymore. But I mean, there's a lot of people, and watch your guys, because I've heard all kinds of stuff. Eckler could be not playing. They want to save him. I've heard a bunch of different people that could just all of a sudden be sat.
So don't go too hard New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
or else you might sleep past the deadline.
So make sure you're watching. Make sure you're paying attention to who's in, who's out, who could be hurt. But I mean, that's the big one for this week. And then, our games. Our games. So number 3, number 4, replacements, jesters. I looked at this one. I already told you what I think. What do you think?
I mean, this one's gonna be close, and that's I'm liking close games, so I'm happy about that. A lot of them, it depends on who's showing up this week.
Yep.
So you got Mahomes. Mahomes shows up every week, and against Denver, Denver has a decent defense, but Mahomes still manages to get it through.
Yep.
Watson it's been a toss-up since he's been in, so we'll see. Herbert's gonna put up points. I don't know if we checked. Oh, last week did not. Oh, you're right. Actually, yeah, it's a good point. So which Herbert's showing up? The Herbert that's been showing up the last few weeks?
Yeah. Or the good Herbert.
Or the good Herbert. So against the Rams, Rams do have a decent defense, but we'll see. Is his playoff run on the line? Chargers? So yeah, so he has to show up. So will he do it? Then you got Jones against Colts. I think Jones can do well this week. We'll see Najee. Najee always a toss-up in Crew's lineup.
You skip by James Conner. James Conner with a third-string quarterback, if they don't put everybody in the box, could be a great play this week.
True. I'm trying not to do every single player, but you got Eckler that might be out, but if he plays, that'll be good. I mean, depends how well he can play.
Yeah.
You know, what injury. What is Eckler's issue?
I believe it was a knee.
Knee. All right. AJ Brown with Minshew, he can still do well.
Yep.
St. Brown. I mean,
Waller with a backup quarterback.
Waller with an unknown quarterback.
Yep.
That could be a big deal. And does he have a tight end to replace him? He has Johnson.
Juwan Johnson, yeah. Not a bad. I'm playing Juwan Johnson in another league.
Yeah.
I would also look at, if I was him, go the other. If I was him, I would actually look at, what did I say?
Plus, if Christian Watson does end up playing,
or if Chris Watson plays, obviously. But I mean, Latavius Murray could be a decent play this week. I don't love him, but it could be a decent play. And then with them going back to, or who's starting? Foles. I mean, Taysom Hill's a wild card this week, and Pittman's a wild card this week. So
who's on their bench though? On his bench.
that's what I'm saying. He's a wild card. But I think it's I can't pick a winner because I either one of these two can win by 10 and either one of them can lose by 10.
Well, if one wins by 10, the other one loses by 10.
Right, but it's to me it's did Herbert show up? Did Watson show up? Did Najee show up? Did Waller show up?
Waller. I feel like Waller's gonna be the biggest wild card with
Waller could be a 0 or Waller could be a 15 with a backup quarterback.
Mm-hmm. So I'm interested to see this. If I had to pick one, for no real reason, I'm kind of leaning towards replacements just because of how he gave up his entire team mid-season and just made it to the playoffs off replacement players.
I will agree with that, to be honest with you. Belichick yourself versus Champ. Yeah, Belichick's got to change out Tony Pollard, but going through the numbers, going through the players, when I was looking through this one, I think it's not even close, unfortunately. I think it's Champ.
Yep.
I don't think that Belichick this weekend has enough firepower. Like, this was her wild card, because Pollard can go out and do 30. Joe Mixon, I don't like this weekend. Darius Slayton, I don't like this weekend. Tyler Lockett, I don't like this weekend. Higbee, I don't like this weekend. It's not
ideal.
It's not a great weekend for her as far as matchups. And Champ's got a decent weekend, especially if Tony's out. Well, Tony did play a little bit, but you had Zeke. I don't know. Tony didn't play at all. Pardon me. You had Zeke come out with 10 for her. It's not a bad start to the week. Cousins has a matchup he's gonna throw. Josh Allen's got a matchup he's gonna throw.
Yeah, Josh Allen, I think, is going to do way more. I think that's going to be a shootout.
Yeah. That could be a 40-40 game.
Yeah, for both quarterbacks in that game.
Yeah.
Which hurts you.
Yes, I know. So, going for Champ. Nate the Great versus Steiger. I went back and forth. I think the only chance you have is if New Orleans and Philly get into a shootout.
I'm hoping for both my quarterbacks to get into shootouts.
And I was going to say if Justin Fields gets into a running day versus Detroit, where he runs for 100, throws for 200, and rushes in 2.
I mean, it's been a couple weeks since he's done that, so maybe he's feeling a little.
But you got some good matchups. But I mean, McCaffrey, I never count him out if he's healthy.
Well, they might sit him though.
Right. If they sit him, then you're screwed. Then he's screwed. And too bad he didn't play Schultz. Don't I keep telling him to play Schultz?
I just realized he has. Never mind. You're looking at your low. Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Don't I keep telling him to play Schultz?
You do, and I'm glad he didn't.
Steiger, killing me.
21 points off the bat.
Killing me. And then
I would already been done.
And then
now we got
the finals.
Diggs in the CD versus Team 3 TEs. So that one, it's a close game. You already had, who'd you have play? You had CeeDee Lamb, outdid his projection basically did his projection just over. Marr overdid his projection by a bit, and Cowboys just under. So you're looking decent.
Yeah.
It's pretty much it's 48-52. Let's see who shows up after this. I don't know, you had like third-year team already played.
Yeah.
Then you got Burrow's the one I'm worried about for you on my brother's side.
I agree.
Because I think Burrow's going to put up 40 points.
I agree.
Lawrence has been doing well. We can look at that. 17, 26, 33, 16. So he will at least do his projection.
I'm hoping that Houston doesn't put up a lot of points.
And so he doesn't have to sit him?
Not sit him, but just he doesn't have to throw for a lot.
I don't know, but Houston's been playing spoiler the last few weeks.
No, that's the part I'm worried about.
So Lawrence might be forced to.
Oh, yeah.
Geno Smith, I mean, Jets have a very good defense, but I believe Seahawks playoffs are on the line. So they're going to be forcing it in.
Yep.
So I think Gino can put up some points. Mac Jones. I know Patriots are close. They need to win. They do have to win.
They have to win.
But Miami, I think, also has to win. Like, we're still the last in the.
Yeah.
So, but we have to win too because we don't want to lose the tiebreaker. Because we beat them once already.
It could be a good, or should be a good game, to be honest with you. 41. Yeah. If he can outdo his projection by a little bit, I'll be pretty happy.
Then you got McKinnon. McKinnon, I think, will do fine.
McKinnon's been on a tear.
But you're against Denver this week, bro. I'm just kidding. Not last week. Last week he slacked a bit, but he was on tear the previous 2 weeks. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Kansas City, you never know who's going to be the one putting up the points. So for your sake, I hope it's McKinnon, but for my brother's sake, I hope not. So then we got Diggs. Diggs is going to put points. Like I said, shootout. Diggs will probably be one of. I have Greg Davis, so I'm hoping
Davis.
Gabe. Damn it, I do that every time. Yeah. Gabe Davis, and I'm hoping it's him, but we'll see.
And I am hoping that if he decides to go off, it's to him again.
That would work for
That
you.
was a big deal last week.
So Kelsey, I think, is gonna have a great game for my brother. Waddle, we'll see for Waddle because with Bridgewater.
Yeah. It could be a hill game.
But at the same time, if Waddle gets the ball and runs it for 70 yards,
Oh, I know. Believe me.
he got like 20 points on 3 plays last week.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be interesting. An interesting championship game. Barkley could go off against the Colts. That could be a huge game if Barkley shows up.
Yeah.
Ramondre Stevenson, after last week's performance, he's got to put up numbers. I'm hoping not as a Miami fan, but he put up a 0.3, I think, last week. Yeah. So
Terrible.
yeah.
Could be very interesting. Very interesting. Things could still change. Obviously, like I said, watch your stuff. We don't know who's going to be in, who's going to be out. I think it's going to change right up until game time this week with everything going on. But I mean, you got a winner.
Team 3Ts.
I'm going with myself.
Oh yes,
But
I figured.
I know. I got a strong feeling it's going to be a close game.
Well, I'm hoping for a close game. I want it to be a .01 game.
I don't think your brother or I would like that.
It's not stressing me out. Be excited. I was like, yeah. So you guys have on Burrow's Monday night. Oh, and you have Monday night. You have Diggs.
Yeah.
So this is going into Monday night, basically.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited for. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely, but I don't know if I'm definitely watching that game.
Ladies and gents, we will have a closeout episode next week. We're going to do episodes throughout the off season. As far as what's going on, we were actually thinking about having everybody come on to an episode if possible with a Zoom. Just get everybody's feelings for the season, what's going on for the off season, what your goal is next year. But it's going to be a wild weekend. Thursday's already happened, but Sunday, Monday, we're going to see who ends up in the toilet bowl. We're going to see who ends up winning the championship. But to everyone, best of luck. Will, I do apologize if I win, but at the same time, I'm not apologizing.
You don't apologize for winning.
That's what I said, but I'm not. But at the same time, everyone, I hope you have a great weekend. Have fun with the family. Hope you have an amazing New Year's. So happy New Year's. And we will see you next week.